14 days. 14 days. 2 weeks of sobriety. That's right. There is an emote in this, on this Twitch, where it's a little heart inside of my head that says, I love alcohol. And I've had none of that for 14 days. It's kind of nice. I have a lot more money to spend on other. Well, what I keep doing is I keep making irresponsible purchases, and then I say to myself, oh, that's another 2 weeks of sobriety. Got to compensate for that. 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks of sobriety. So I guess I've become a different kind of addict, but, one thing at a time. We'll find an anon group for that later. New Metal Addicts Anonymous. Anyway, I'm Ollie Kirk. Welcome to the brand spanking New Metal Show. We got a great guest for you guys tonight. Members of Toothpick are with me. They're in the waiting room right now. They're in the green room. They're in the backstage area right now. Delivering one of the songs of the year last year with Aluminum, following it up with what I can only imagine is going to be one of the best EPs of the year with Changes Everything. A Toothpick Changes Everything. I cannot wait to ask if that's a reference. Let's listen to some of track 1 right now. You hear that riff? You hear the riff? They wrote that riff for me. I promise they wrote that riff for me. Please tell me welcome to the show. The Toothpicks. You're live. Hi.
What's up? What's up, New Metal Nation?
Hello.
Introduce yourselves.
I am Chaz Mitchell. I play bass in Toothpick.
And I'm Cleo Moncada, and I play guitar, I program, and I sing.
Well, congratulations on the new EP. It is a real 5 out of 10 effort. It's promising, but it's not there yet. I have a lot of notes.
5 out of 10?
I have a lot of notes for you guys. Once those are addressed, we can do a proper interview. Thanks for joining me. I have been Holiday Kirk.
Pleasure.
No, I'm just kidding. The EP is amazing. I've been jamming it front to back, cover to cover from the day it came out. And it came out very recently, right? When did it come out?
Friday.
Like 3 days ago, yeah.
20th.
Spectacular stuff. It is a real love letter to a certain era of new metal, the era of new metal that I connect with the most. Why don't you go, before I go and yammer on, why don't you tell us some of your influences and inspirations for... Well, okay, first of all, so is it a reference to the A Toothpick Changes Everything meme?
Yes.
Dude, yeah, it is. We have a story about that, actually. We have like a whole fucking shebang about it. We were in like an Interpol style band before this, doing like indie rock, and a bunch of stuff happened. Like all of our girlfriends broke up with us. I'm not even joking. Like we went on a tour that like completely failed. We were like broke and pissed off, and we were like, dude, the band name that we chose does not fit anymore. And I was like, we need a new band name. And Chaz is like, a good band name changes everything, like a toothpick. And then the freaking light bulb went off, and it was like, dude, that's the band name. And Chaz was like, Chaz, say your piece, dude. Like,
I was not a fan of it at first, but now I'm a changed man.
It's, you know what though, it's actually a very clever way to reference the meme, because my dumbass has been looking at it and interpreting it. Yes, it's how the title would relate to the lyrics and the content and the intention. And now I got to get on here and be humiliated by you idiots. So you can be like, it's a meme reference. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It is. But, it gets, it may just be a meme, but it also like fits in the whole, like the theming of how we wrote the album, like what we were talking about it.
Clever, though. Clever integration. I didn't pick up on that. I even knew about the meme and I didn't pick up on it. Why don't you tell us those? What were some of your influences going into this?
Well, as like the main songwriter of the band, like I was basically just listening to, it's stuff that I grew up with mostly, like Linkin Park, a lot of the stuff that was like right around the turn of the millennium, like 2000 going into like 2003.
Are you a big a big Boxcar Racer fan?
Massive, dude.
Yes.
Massive.
There
like
you go.
me and me and Carson, who did, Carson from Bleed, who did drums on the EP. We actually had long conversations about how that's like one of the best Blink projects out of anything that they've ever done. Boxcar Racer's like at the top. And
you know who's better?
That's like one of the ways we bonded.
You know what's better than Boxcar Racer? Super controversial. Transplants.
Oh, that is controversial. I don't know if I can go with that.
That's the best Blink-182 side project. Transplants is really good. Boxcar Racer is good. Everything else, dog shit. Any plus
like
44 defenders in the chat? Where am I?
I like plus 44.
I should have fucking known. Well, I know you're not going to try to defend Angels and Airwaves.
I like some Angels and Airwaves songs.
Oh my god.
Everything's magic, dude. Everything's magic.
No,
it's fire.
No, it turns out
Straight
it's
fire.
not.
It's pop rock.
It turns out
pop
it's
songs.
not.
I like
but
a good pop
let's
song.
go back to Boxcar Racer for a second because you definitely have a lot of Tom DeLonge going on with your singing.
That's what people dislike most about the album.
No, what? You know what?
Yeah,
you
dude,
know
seriously.
What? So the first time I heard Aluminum, I definitely thought like, oh, there's a lot of good stuff going on here, but the singing's kind of grating on me, and I don't know why. But then when I heard it in context of the EP, it really made a lot more sense to me as to like your vocal affectations, and I really love it. It has an attitude toward it to it. It has a snarl. It stands out. It really gets in your mind. Even like just like some of the hooks and whatnot have a way of like digging in there because you have a sneer in your voice, and I actually do really like it. So don't go away and don't go back there and be like, now I gotta try to sing like someone else. No, you keep singing the way you're singing.
No, I'm gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it, man, because like I mean, going back to what we were listening to, what I was listening to when I was younger is like a lot of like stuff that was right from where like new metal was turning into emo, like bands like Finch, 36 Crazy Fists, Trust Company, even like some the Used songs, like
sound effects,
maybe Memories and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Like some of the more new metal cuts that they had, like some of the groovier stuff. I always like emo when they throw in like a nice, good like drop riff in there. And
you know who did that really well is Story of the Year.
Yes, dude. Me and Noah from Bleed, we have these conversations and stuff. We go to karaoke nights, and I've done my fair share of drunk versions of Until the Day I Die.
They were really good at integrating drop tune riffs into those post-hardcore songs in a way that I really
absolutely.
wish had been more expanded upon, or at least I wish John Feldman had just produced a new metal album. What's he up to these days? Have you sent him your stuff? There's got to be somebody I can reach out to.
Not yet. I mean, Goldfinger's got some drop riffs in there, so I don't doubt that he has that DNA in him, that ability to do it. I mean, John Feldman would be a sick producer to work with.
I think John Feldman formed Goldfinger because he's like, it's way too expensive for TV, movie, video games to license Blink-182 songs. So what if we made songs like that, but they were really cheap to sync, to license? And he's like, this is it. This is how. I mean, it probably worked.
I don't doubt it in the slightest.
Okay. Well, the influences, though, they're clear. Something I really love about the record is you have electronic elements to it, but they're very comprehensible and they're very simple. You don't really like what you'll lay a synth in there, use it as a hook, bring it back a couple times so you get your head around it. It's like 3 notes, It's like 3 or 4 notes, and it's very satisfying to hear when you can comprehend it. A lot of bands try to be too clever about studio effects and samples and whatnot and drum breaks and such. But you guys, you do it in a way where I feel like I can almost see you hitting the sample pad, just on, off, on, off.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that I wrote all these demos like over the course of like 2-3 years in FL Studio. And if anybody's familiar with that DAW, it just is like basically just a sampler where it goes, there's like a little tracking bar that goes across the screen, and it just triggers a sample as it goes.
You just fill in the blocks.
Yeah, you just fill in the blocks, and it goes on and it goes off. So that's why it sounds like that. It's not like any sort of clever like Ableton like hardcore studio techniques. It's just
right.
On and off stuff.
The genius of FL Studio is literally anyone can open it and make a terrible beat, which you don't think of as like being impressive. But if you open up like Logic or Ableton, you can't make anything because you have no idea what you're looking at. But with FL Studio, you're like click, 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 bing, 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 bing. Oh, okay.
It's the AK-47 of DAWs.
That's wow. Yeah, wow. I use Logic X, which is like the M16 of DAWs. Super popular, breaks all the time. Breaks all the time. Licenses, who even knows how to manage the licenses? But damn it, it's popular. It's pressed into service. So I gotta use it.
I can't. I'm a Windows kid. I can't use Macs.
The secret is it's like Logic is the M16, but GarageBand is the AR-15.
GarageBand is a freaking
GarageBand is way more accessible, cheaper, but it'll still blow a hole in your chest if you know what you're doing.
The GarageBand is the Glock, dude. It's a
GarageBand's the Glock. Oh, this is. I really hope none of our parents are watching this because this is truly something. Chaz, I keep waiting for you to chime in and be like, so I didn't do really anything.
Well,
so I'm not on the songwriting credits at all.
I guess.
Chaz, stand up for yourself.
I don't know. I'm very vocal when it comes to my opinions on, I guess, during the process. Cleo would show me some bullshit sometimes, and I would say that's some bullshit.
Like what? Walk us through one of these occasions.
Just like random effects.
Cleo,
bullshit.
Let Chaz talk. Cleo.
I'm thinking. I don't know, man. We've been in and out of the studio on this EP for over a year. I really can't recall anything.
What kind of mental torture did you put this poor man through? He's sitting there. He's afraid. He's like, I don't remember. I don't remember making this. Who are you? Where am I right now?
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't remember making half of it either. We've been in a fugue state for a long time.
Blacked out. He just every time Cleo got up in that motherfucking booth, just blacked out. Bars.
Well, it was a really long and tedious. I don't want to say like tedious because it was a lot of fun to make, but it was like very intense. Like we were learning like every day that we went in.
How many times did you go through that phase of being like, this is shit, this is awful, I don't know what I'm doing?
Oh God, all up until like we literally bounced the last mix of Pulgasari like 2 days before we dropped the EP.
But you did it, and it's not shit. It's really good. And the reason it's really good is because you kept everything very simple and comprehensible. I feel like, and I mean this, I really mean this as a compliment, I feel like if I picked up a guitar and dropped D flat, I could learn the whole album by ear.
Drop C.
That's right.
Well, I would have had some trouble, but I think I would have figured that part out eventually. And I need you to know that rocks, because I hate the way metal has become like obsessed with like pentatonic scales and riffs and stuff that nobody like are kind of made for people to do YouTube playthroughs of. The best riffs are the ones where you're like, when I put on Suppressor, from the first time I listened to it, my brain is just going like 2502002 2502002, and I love that. I love that. How close was I?
Yeah. It's a 550101010.
All right. See, and I would have
super ridiculously simple.
I would have figured that out.
Yeah,
that is good.
It's
any album, any song that makes me want to pick up a guitar is a good song. And most of these motherfucking octane metalcore songs make me want to put down a guitar, make me want to reject the concept of guitar, make me want to forget how to play a guitar.
I mean, I can't hear those guitars half the time. I just hear a big ass snare right in the middle of the mix.
You know what they sound like to me? So I universally dislike every Jordan Fish produced song, like, ever.
Damn.
And I was trying to
hate right off the bat.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, what is it about Jordan Fish's productions that I don't like? And what I realized, it's like, I don't hear guitars and drums and bass. I hear plugins. Like, I hear him using the plugins. It's like he's strumming plugins. I don't hear guitar strings or snare heads. It's all plugins.
Me and Chaz regularly send each other videos from Reverb of like pedals and demos and stuff. Like we've known each other since middle school, right? Yeah. And we used to have like a bit where we would talk about Andy from Do you remember that, Chaz? Like Andy from Reverb.
Andy from Reverb. He's been MIA.
Yeah,
dude, I miss that dude.
Yeah, we made like a point on this record to be like, we're not going to use any of those plugins. We're going to like mic up amps and we're going to fiddle fuck around with those and use the pedals that we have to make sure it sounds the way that we want it to sound and make it sound like an actual band instead of like, you know, triggers.
Yeah, it does. And it sounds like an actual band. And that is a huge, that is just really, really fucking critical. It's remarkable how like a sound such as yours would be considered unprofessional, but the metal that gets mixed and mastered professionally, it doesn't sound like a band at all. This is my problem with Poppy. Is it's like, was there a band involved in this? How many people are a part of this outfit? It's kind of like a personality, but you guys sound like a band.
Good. That was the intention. We wanted to sound like even though at the time it was really just two of us and an engineer and a session drummer, it's like, it felt like a very guerrilla operation, you know?
That's the best kind. That's the best kind. It's not like it's okay. Anyway, we gotta move on. We'll be talking about production all day.
I could talk about production all day. I'll get Evan in here and he can talk your ear off about all of that. Our legendary producer.
I just need to come up with something I can throw to distract you real quick, like Silent Hill lore, blah, and then now we can change the topic. So the lyrically what I find it compelling about this one. So Cleo, you are non-binary, correct?
Yeah.
What I find it compelling is that if you were to like listen to it and not understand the context, some of the lyrics might scan as being like your usual new metal such and such. But knowing the context of you being non-binary, I hear the lyrics and they're like struggling with identity and who I am, and I wish I was like this, I wish I was like that, as having a much bigger gravitational pull. Did you dwell on that? I mean, did you draw from that experience when you were writing the lyrics to these songs?
I think definitely yes, but also it's like much more of a not exclusively that, because I think that everybody, you know, I mean, I'm 25, you know, I'm at the age where I've been around the block, but I've also like kind of developed a sort of sense of self at this point. And I have the foresight to be like, hey, I know that so many other people have been through the same thing, and it's not just exclusive to me. Like, I could have thrown in more references to like being non-binary, but like it's more universal than that. It everybody struggles with their identity.
Well, but at the same time, if a young non-binary or trans person were to say to you, this album meant a lot to me during my transition, would you say to them, well, it's not fucking about that?
I would say I wouldn't say that. I'd say fuck yeah. I'd say I'm glad that it helped you out. I'm glad that you took. Even if somebody was like I took some sort of other interpretation that made me
right. Well, that's
feel
but that's
more
what
like myself.
That's what I think is That's what I think is really neat about the lyrics, is that if you don't want to read it as a meditation on being non-binary, you can just relate to it as in like, Cleo, we were talking before the episode started. You have a very bad relationship with your parents, correct?
No, I have a pretty good relationship with my parents.
Got it. So, but you do like write about like certain universal struggles, angsty things and such. But I think that knowing the context around them of your identity adds a dimension to it that it wouldn't have been there if like I had sung it, for instance. The straightest, whitest male ever.
Well, I mean, like, I really think that that the EP, I feel like especially, you know, non-binary and trans kids will get a lot out of it. I always, you know, make a point to be like I don't want to exclude anybody, because I know there's so many people in heavy music and stuff that.
Well, you want to exclude some people, right? Like you don't want trans folks to get anything out of it,
you don't
right?
want I don't want dickheads to
You don't want
that.
trans folks to be like, man, this meant a lot to me. I discovered this when I was really hating on transgender people, and it spoke to me. It spoke to me. And I thank you for that one. I thank you.
I'm just going to be like, dude, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but you need to leave. You need to get out of here, dog. I don't know who let your ass in here.
You got to go straight
shirt.
back the way you came. Anyway, so it's 4 tracks. Why? Why isn't it more?
Chaz?
I think, I mean, there's a million different reasons, but mainly these are the 4 most important tracks that needed to be out there. You know, with our limited resources and all that, this is what needed to be on the EP.
With your limited resources, but if you had more resources.
Oh, we would have done more.
Yeah, more time, more money, more everything.
Got it. I mean, I think that this is a really, really impressive opening statement, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I mean, we went into this EP with that in mind. I was like, this is a completely fresh slate, because both me and Chaz had been in numerous bands before. I've kicked around doing music since I was 13, and the same as him, and we're both like 24, 25. So like we saw this as like our next movement forwards, and with all the knowledge and stuff that we had accumulated, it's like this is going to be our first statement as a band, and we're going to put these 4 songs out as saying like, hey, here is what we can do. Here's what we want to. Here's our vertical slice of what this band is.
Your vertical slice. We put together.
That's what aluminum
pitch
really
deck.
was.
We put together a.
It is, yeah. It was very,
very
controlled.
And circle back by end of day. Send bullet points. You should have, instead of an EPK. You know what an EPK is?
Yeah.
You should have done an electronic press spreadsheet or a slideshow. Like put together a slideshow for people. Here we Toothpick.
Honestly, we think about these things in very, very like almost in like corporate terminology. You know, like thinking about things like, hey, this is going to be our first release is going to be like we have like this whole complicated like lore about like, you know, both of us, me and Chaz, are like obsessed with like cyberpunk and stuff like that. So we think about these things and sort of like I don't know what to say, like I don't know where I was going with this. Just very corporate thought.
Like,
you know,
corporate thuggin'.
Yeah.
I think Young Jeezy invented that term.
And we both work in you know, behind the scenes in the music industry. Like I work shows and Chaz's work shows too, so we know like the ins and outs. Like here's what you do, here's how you do it, and it's like this is gonna be your first statement. The next one's gonna be like, hey, we'll push it a little bit further, and then we'll do, you know, whatever comes after that.
Speaking of which, I'm assuming everyone has day jobs.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are your day jobs?
I mean, I got a new job, basically working for an energy broker for mineral rights and oil.
You work? Wait, I'm sorry. You work for an oil company?
Basically, yeah. A broker.
Are you pure evil?
I'm the middleman. I'm the middleman between all these horrible people.
Yeah, Riv. I was thinking that too. Interesting time to be in that. How is work right now?
Yeah.
Things are pretty boring these days.
Well, American oil is completely different than, you know, what's going on across the sea. So it really hasn't affected my job too much.
I'm going to read this one. Wizard SN says, Chaz, fix my gas prices. Chaz, can you step in? Can you screen share your workstation right now and we can collaborate on this together? We can all figure out how to fix the energy crisis. Live, twitch.tv/LAKirk. We're monitoring the situation with Chaz.
We're going to open the Strait of Hormuz.
We're going to open the Strait. He's got a button on his computer that would do it. He's been looking at it for the last week like,
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
I mean,
Chaz. I'm sorry. Chaz is like, this is the last goddamn.
How do you
thing I wanna
respond
talk
to
about.
that? How do you respond to that?
By opening the straight, by doing it right now. We have to all watch like as it happens. I don't know. It's like a big door or something. I don't fucking know.
He's gonna pan the camera over, and then there's a giant lever on the wall, and just switches it, and it goes like.
I like when they ask Trump about this stuff, and he clearly has no idea what anyone is talking about. What's that island? There's like an island, Riv. You know, What's the name?
Little St. James.
Little St. James.
Yeah, not that island. Thank you. The other island. Riv, do you know about this other island? It's Iran related.
It's the one from Battlefield 4. It's the fucking I forget. You know what I'm talking about, Chaz? Right?
Not from Battlefield 4, but I think it starts with a K. I think I got a Reddit breaking news notification, which I don't know how to turn off, that told me about that.
You can't be on the stream saying we're Redditors, dude.
Well,
Come
Chaz,
on, man.
Chaz has the notifications for r/furry stuck on, and he's like, I don't know how it happened. I can't get it to turn off.
We're a Reddit band. You better not forget that.
I won't, and I won't. I have respect for Reddit. The New Metal Agenda kind of got started on Reddit, so I'm not here to talk bad about Reddit. Shout out to r/New Metal.
We're an RYM band. This is for all my Rate Your Musicers.
And Cleo, you work for Raytheon or something. What's your evil job?
I'm actually an independent contractor for Raytheon, and I pick up shifts over at Texas Instruments. No, I work in live music.
Great.
I do sound. I do front of house stuff. Security type things.
So you're kind of like Noel Gallagher.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you want to talk about Oasis? We'll talk about fucking Oasis.
And Bleed are like the in-spiral carpets.
I mean, shit. Like maybe, mayhaps.
This is
I'll take a Noel Gallagher comparison any day of the week.
Can you tell us?
Also, I bar back, so I do that too.
Can you tell us more about your relationship with Bleed, though? I mean, okay. So first of all, what city, state are you guys from?
Dallas proper.
We're both from Dallas. Yeah.
Dallas, Texas. And what is your exact address? No, let's not do that. And what is we're talking now about Bleed, another Dallas band? Are they from Dallas?
Yeah, they're from Dallas.
Yeah.
Bleed created our album of the year for last year, which is their self-titled studio album. Do you guys want to argue with me on that?
I can't argue with it.
No,
I
didn't think so.
I think I remember Bleed's that record and everything that they've done. Like, they're the type of band that like ages like wine. You know, when the first EP came out, I was like, this is pretty solid. And then I went back and listened to it, and I listened to it again, and I listened to it again. It's like, oh my god, dude, this is the next wave.
I'm pretty sure I was 50 seconds into the first track of Bleed when I thought to myself, this is the album of the year. I just knew that they were not going to fumble this. It was like, they're just so confident, so fucking loud. I mean, I was like, shut it down.
It's meat and potatoes, dude. It's just meat and potatoes.
Right.
It's great.
It's that good. It's like
no bullshit at all. And all those guys, like, if you have conversations with them, they are absolutely the type of guys that would write that. They're no bullshit at all. Like, they don't.
It's like a standard slab of good old fashioned like steak, but the seasonings and the way it's seared.
Yeah,
in that pan.
It's a Texas freaking 12-ounce steak, dude. I mean,
yes. Now, what's your relationship with them?
So around COVID, before Somebody's Closer released, I'll tell you the story about how I met them. Right, Noah, who was a member of Bleed at the time, I was bar backing at this restaurant.
Who was Noah? Who was Noah?
Noah was the guitarist.
Okay.
Guitarist, he did screams. And at the time, I remember, all I knew was that a new bartender got hired, right? And there was another bartender that I talked to, and he was a metalhead. And he was like, you got to meet the other bartender, dude. He likes metal too. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I go outside, and I'm like, on my break, and I see this guy that looks like a Blade extra come around the corner, and he's like smoking cigarettes, and I'm like catching the secondhand smoke, and he says, Frank told me you like music. And I was like, yeah. And then we went band for band on like 90s Roadrunner bands. It would be like, you like Fear Factory? Yeah. Do you like Life of Agony? Yeah. Do you like Typo Negative? Yeah.
It was a showdown, by the way. They were standing like 8 feet apart from each other with their hands on their hips.
Oh, literally.
And they're like
yeah,
36
no,
crazy
actually,
fists.
it was like-
Pow!
On
Yeah,
each other's
that's-
hips.
Don't fucking
Dry
say
kill
that, man.
logic. Dang!
Oh, dude, that's an Adam band. That's Adam. Adam fucks with Dry Kill Logic heavy. But anyways, like after that, like we talked and we had a mutual appreciation of like 90s Roadrunner bands, and he pulls out his fucking iPhone 2 with like shitty ass like tinny speakers, and it goes up to, he's like, listen to this. He goes like and he's like, that's my new band. The song's called Somebody's Closer. Band's called Bleed.
Oh my god.
And that was like
I would have
maybe
been
like 3-4 months
I would have said
before it dropped.
I would have said I'll be right back. I would have gone to Chase Bank, taken out a small business loan, and been like, "I'll give you this in exchange for I don't even know what. Just here."
Dude,
you go.
I was 20 at the time. Like I didn't even know. I was just like, who the fuck is this guy? Like this is just my coworker. I didn't know that they like. I mean, they've all been in billions of bands. And they've all done billions of things. So they're like super experienced, and they knew what the hell they were doing with Bleed. And
At that point, Bleed was only coworker music.
it was only coworker music. But
was?
I mean,
It was literal
to me,
coworker music.
Literal coworker.
it was literal
music.
It
coworker
was
music.
literal
Yeah,
coworker music. Shout out to coworker music, by the way. It gets a bad rap.
there's some good coworker music.
And you worked on that album?
Not on Somebody's Closer, but I did work on. I worked on Through the Cylinder on the debut. I did the break beats.
Nice. Lit.
Yeah, that was me. I got a story about this actually. So, when I wrote Aluminum, right? I remember they sent me a very early version of Through the Cylinder, right? And they were like, "Can you put like a drum break on this?" And that was like my audition for the part essentially. So I wrote like a long like drum break that was like, I programmed everything out. It was kind of breakcore sounding, and I sent it to them. Got no response for like months, and after that, I had hung out with them, and I was like, "Hey, when is the thing gonna happen?" They're like, "We're waiting for all this shit." And in the meantime, I was just like, "Good. If these guys aren't gonna drop their own fucking record, then I'm gonna do it for them." And I took that drum break and I put it at the start of Aluminum, and eventually they got me to do a different drum break for Through the Cylinder, but that original demo version is the almond break at the
Really?
start of Aluminum.
Huh. I couldn't imagine that Through the Cylinder break sounding any different. I'll have to go back and compare them, but that worked out for everybody, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's more stuff that they did to that song, like production wise, like synthesizers. Like I knew Rubio did a little bit of drum production on it too. I think he did the little beep 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 Meteora type synth on top of it.
Yeah, I love that.
And yeah, that was Rubio. I only take credit for the super aggressive almond break at the start and the glitchy stuff during the breakdown.
The album kind of sounds like if Linkin Park made Meteora, but they had never gotten signed. So it's like, what if Zero, the band, made Meteora?
I always thought it just kind of sounded like if Mike Shinoda decided to just play the keys.
Do you guys have room for a rapper? Because I can figure it out. Well,
We've been kicking around the idea, but that's a talk for another day.
no, I like the setup you have. So Trust Company get compared to Linkin Park a lot. They always have been. Makes sense. But what made Trust Company successful where other Linkin Park imitators failed is that Trust Company did less with the Linkin Park sound. So they took away the rapper, they took away the DJ, and they pared it down to that like refused post-hardcore sound with really emotive emo vocals. And that's why they were more successful. All of the bands that tried to be Linkin Park by adding to that, by also having a DJ, also having a rapper, also having a singer, fucking flopped. Because you can't do more than what they did, but you can do less. So I think the lineup is good as it is. I even like Chaz here. I even like our war criminal friend Chaz.
My mentality when we eventually get into the studio to do the next thing is that we're actually gonna kind of emphasize the whole like FL Studio sequenced synthesizer type thing. We've got like more songs that incorporate like some techno influences and some like breakbeat hardcore stuff from the 90s, even some big beat stuff.
BT Munchie says the cover art for the Bleed album kind of looks like the art for One More Light. I don't know about all that, but I do know the guy that did the album cover for Bleed is the same guy that does Deftones' album covers and graphics.
Frank Maddox.
Frank Maddox,
Yeah.
yes. So
Yeah.
somewhat kind of. Okay, let's run through some Texas new metal bands, and you guys have to talk about them. Starting with
Oh boy.
who else but Un Loco?
I like that one song. I haven't listened to an Un Loco album, but I like that one song.
I really like
Clean.
I really like their first album, Healing. I like it a lot. It is you would also really like it because it's a very simple, straightforward meat and potatoes new metal record, and it just does the one thing they do, and it does it really well. The first time I wrote about Bleed's debut album, I compared it to Un Loco because they're similar in that regard.
They kind of that one song that I listened through them kind of gave me like Il Nino vibes, and I fucking loved that first Il Nino. Those first 2 Il Nino records. So I'll have to listen to that.
All right, Drowning Pool.
Dude, oh my God. I know a guy at work that used to party with those guys back in 2003. I will never disrespect that band. Drowning Pool's fucking awesome.
The Union Underground.
Even Chaz knows. Chaz knows.
I know Chaz. Hang on, I already said another
fan.
band name. Don't embarrass me like this.
Union Underground. I've seen them live. They're pretty solid. I like that. I like the whole Southern thing going on that they have. And they're almost kind of like a glam band in my mind.
Yes, I know. They have like a boogie.
They got that
shuffle. I love their one and only album. I really do. When I first found it, I thought this is the worst new metal album of all time. And then I ended up head over heels in love with it like a few years later. Life is just like that. Slow Roosevelt.
I don't know that one.
Caught him lacking. Caught him flat-footed, folks. Element 80.
I've seen them live too, and I have a horrifying story about that show. That there was I was working security that night, and I don't know how much at liberty I am to say about this story, but one of our guys got hurt pretty badly. We had to drive him to the hospital at the fucking Element 80 show. So I can't listen to Element 80 without thinking about that shit.
I think you have more details to share here.
It's just some fucking drunk guy, like an ankle got smashed, and I'd never heard somebody scream that loudly in my life at a fucking Element 80 show.
Did the show go
dude,
on?
It was like the last 15 minutes of the show. Like they just kept going while this guy's going.
They're like, wow, that guy's singing along crazy style.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I like some Element 80 songs. I just can't listen to them.
How about Flyleaf?
Oh. That's one I know about.
That one's the Flyleaf's fucking
Fire.
awesome.
Fire.
Straight fire.
You know, I was on Facebook Marketplace, and the bassist for Flyleaf was selling one of his basses. It was a Music Man Stingray or something. It was beat to shit, and there were tour pictures.
That's the crazy thing about all these Texas local bands. They're local bands to us. They're like people just around, especially when you're in the music industry, like working shows and stuff like I am. That's the guy from that band. It's like, holy fuck. Like I saw Dave Shivari from Il Nino at a show just randomly. Like
real
ridiculous.
Small town Texas, you know? Very
honestly,
very
Dallas.
Small place.
Yeah.
Flyleaf is Christian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
there's some fire Christian rock.
Some fire. Yeah.
I was born in
Me too.
I was
agree.
born in Dallas, fun fact.
Really?
Yes.
Seriously?
Which hospital?
What?
Which hospital? Yeah, seriously, there is a thing.
Find out.
Presbyterian or Medical City. Pull out your birth certificate. Let's find out.
I know I have it, like right here.
Let's see your papers, man.
First of all, I know Riv right now is like he's gonna show the whole thing on camera. This fucking moron.
Social security number 2.
I was born on September 2nd, 1982. And where's the hospital? Where do they put the hospital on here?
I have no clue. I just know I was at Medical City.
Shout out Presbyterian Hospital.
This is the two sides of Dallas right here. It's the two sides.
This can't be
you only
this
get born in one of two
difficult.
places.
If I told you the address, would you know the address?
I can look it up.
We could look it up.
I can look it up.
No, it's probably my parents' old address. How do I find this?
Well, what's the zip code?
75246.
Zip code.
Wait, here it is. Baylor University Medical Center.
Oh, you're at Baylor. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're in like the middle. You're close to Deep Ellum, dude. That's the fucking music capital of Dallas, right there.
It's the
why you're
stars.
Kirk,
Truly, the stars aligned when I was born in
badass.
1972. Can you believe it?
Nah, you're lying through your teeth, my man.
I do
You said
that.
82 about.
I do
about
that when
2
I
minutes
when I
ago.
go out and meet people. I tell people I'm older than I am. I'm like, yeah, I turned 43 last week. They're like, what? No way, I figured you were at least 46. I'm like, oh, okay. That's not good. Chaz, infamously, you wrote on, it was your Twitter account, you said, I don't know why I'm in this fucking band. I don't like metal at all. Can you elaborate on that? Do you like strapping young lad?
I do not. I'm not a fan. Well, I think I like being in this band, and despite not really being invested, at least in the whole genre, and I don't know, it's fun to me. It's fun.
I mean,
Yeah, because
Chaz
new metal is barely metal. It's mostly pop music.
Yeah.
Facts on facts. I don't like metal. I don't like metal at all. I could not hum
Well,
you a Slayer song.
I'll tell you what, Linkin Park, this is a hot take. I cannot stand Linkin Park.
Cleo, how do you do it? How do you put up with this traitor?
I fucking love Linkin Park, and the real thing that goes on when Toothpick songs are written is that I come up with the most like new metal, like tropey type stuff. Like I just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, and then Chaz is like, that's cool, that's not cool, that's cool, just kind of as quality
He's like your
check,
filter. He's like your normie filter.
He is my filter.
Well,
I mean, because
My job is to bring Cleo down as much as I can.
Nice. What a good working relationship that is, really, truly.
he grabs the wheel when I'm steering out of fucking control.
Do you guys have any covers?
We got a couple rolling currently right now. Used for Glue by Rival Schools.
Wow, I've posted that a couple. I've posted that once or twice.
That's the best fucking, like, there's a whole genre of like dudes who were in hardcore bands that decided to start alt rock bands. That's like that band and Quicksand are like the originators of that theory.
Stereo Mud are the best.
That's true.
Stereo
that's
Mud
true.
are the best, like, hardcore guys say fuck it. I love Stereo Mud.
I mean, Bleed started out the same way, so
Hardcore
I love
guys
that type
saying
of shit.
fuck it. We should get a list together, because that was a great move. I really wish Hatebreed had done that. Had just been like, fuck it, we're a new metal band now. They were too successful. If they had been less
Rage Against the
successful,
Machine is like that.
They're not new metal. But anyway.
They're new metal.
Not
They're
that,
new metal.
Not that. Not this. Not this. Not now.
They're
not
new metal.
This, not now.
Put it on record. They're new metal.
Watch this. Look, I can just mute Cleo. Now Cleo doesn't get to say anything about Rage Against the Machine.
Now we're not going to hear anything at all.
No. I have to ask to unmute. I can mute them, but I can't unmute them. That becomes a matter of permission. What other covers you guys squirreling away?
Comfortable Liar by Chevelle.
I need you to get that down on wax. There's another band I've been trying to cyberbully into covering that, and they're not doing it. I need you guys to record that.
We'll do it. It's a pretty goddamn simple song. We'll put it on wax like yesterday. I'd love to do that.
This is what I was saying, right? It's a simple song, but do those riffs hit? Them riffs.
We were like, seriously, we were in the studio like A-Bing our debut EP, like EQ wise and like sound wise, with Wonder What's Next and Hybrid Theory.
So we have interviewed
actively.
We've interviewed Garth Richardson. Garth Richardson produced Wonder What's Next, and what he said was the way he got those guitar sounds is he would have Pete play a chord, stop, and then he would tune the guitar again, play the next chord, stop, tune the guitar, play the next chord. And I think that's insane, but you can't argue with the results.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, the thing is like when you play in drop tuning, right, you have to change your gear accordingly. Like you either have to have heavier strings or you
I have a
need to,
baritone guitar back there.
Yeah, you have to do certain things. You know, get a baritone guitar. The way that I get attack really and that sort of forcefulness is I use like the heaviest picks you could think of. Like I'm talking 1.5
Never thought of that.
thickness
Never
picks
thought of doing that.
that just like punch the guitars. I mean, one of my favorite anecdotes is that to really get like the sort of slashy sound that like Big Black, like you know Steve Albini, like Big
I'm
Black.
familiar. We've interacted
like
before
noise-
on Blue Sky.
Yeah. Shout out R.I.P. Goat.
He's not a new metal fan, even if he did produce
not-
2 new metal albums.
He's not a fan of much.
Not
He's
really.
not a fan of
Especially
much.
Not these days.
Wasn't a fan of a lot
Except
of things.
the sandwiches, the ham and what was it?
Yeah, he was a fan of roast beef sandwiches.
And poker?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like a
poker.
like a really good poker player?
Yeah,
He was
he
a-
was.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
he was like I mean, that guy, of course, had to have been an amazing poker player.
Just that
Like-
raw distaste for everything.
And he had
keeps a good poker face.
he had like a food blog too. But back
what
going
you were
on the
saying.
whole pick, going on the pick thing is that he had special metal guitar picks that he would play with, and they would scrape the strings like real nice, like so they get that super noisy sound.
Yeah, I've heard 10,000 hertz. That makes sense.
Yeah, and that and a harmonic percolator will take you to the moon.
Well, it's and was there another cover? I'm always curious.
I have wanted to do a version of Shattered Dreams by Johnny Hates Jazz, but it has never gotten off the floor
And I've
yet.
never heard of that. So
You don't know that one?
look into it.
That's a classic. If you like that whole like sophistopop, like not like 80s
I
sort
do.
of like.
I do.
If you like that, you've heard that song before. Definitely check it out.
And I was going to ask
It's
you
a
about
classic.
this band in terms of like Texas nu metal, but now I'm going to ask you to actually go track these guys down and clonk their heads together like the Three Stooges. Omerta.
Oh, dude, like
Oh.
those guys. I remember when they came out, and I remember Hyperviolence dropped.
It was a huge deal.
And the Hyperviolence and Arizone back in like
Yeah.
2018, 2019 or something. 2018 to 2020, right before the pandemic. Those were like the two records that I was like, this is the fucking future right
It was like
here.
Earth. Yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't know about Omerta at the time, but I did know about Vane, and it was like, wait a minute. But
Absolutely, yeah.
but Vane fumbled the ball. I need Omerta to pick up that ball and run with it. Where are they? Where are they?
I mean, I think they posted on Twitter about how they were like in legal limbo with a lot of their stuff. You'll have to dig it up because I don't want to put words in their mouth.
Silence in the court. Order in the court.
Yeah,
Winnie Monkey.
Look it up.
What does
you can look
Cleo
it up on
think
Twitter.
Of empty mid casing. Excuse me? Empty mid. This might
That's
be a
gotta be
bannable. This
Leor.
might be a bannable offense. This might be.
I'd
a
never
bannable
say that.
offense.
I'd never say that about
This
another
might be a
local
bannable
band.
offense. I don't know. We're gonna have to consult. We're gonna have to consult the rules. We're gonna have to consult something.
They do it.
You are not on friendly
I'll-
territory. You are not on friendly
I'll say
territory.
I'll say this. They do a type of nu metal that I think I don't really resonate with as much. Like they do a very like style of nu metal that's like pre Linkin Park, which is still cool. Like I still like that stuff. It's just I do the stuff that's after that, and I don't resonate as much with the stuff that's sort of that Incubus, Korn, like Limp Bizkit
I
type thing.
understand, but to them, there is no Korn. Empty Shell Casing exists in a world where the only nu metal band is Playmo, and so they are my favorite band ever. And you will all have to watch what you say around me because I will die about Empty Shell Casing.
I like Playmo too, but I love rock.
Aha!
my rock
There's the
record.
divide because they.
Rock is my Playmo
Yeah,
record, and
because-
that and Medicine Cake. But I
They-
can't.
I mean-
I'll be honest with you. I can't get through Kekes Passe.
Really?
I can't. It gets a little bit. It's a little bit one note.
Yeah, it is. But I love that one note. I
Yeah.
love that note.
Me and Chaz jammed a Blom. We jammed a Blom in the car. I mean, it's incredible.
Well,
That's one of the best riffs
That
ever.
is the nice thing about Kekis Boss is it's like even if you don't like the whole album, there's always Blown, and that
Yeah.
does the whole thing. You're good. You can put that one on. I mean, that's kind of what's hard to get into. But that's kind of why that album is hard to get into because after you've heard Blown, you're like, why would I listen to anything else?
The thing is that we are like super huge post-hardcore fans. Like me and Chaz both love like At the Drive-In and Glassjaw and stuff like that. So we take a lot of inspiration from that side of heavy music, and
that's
from like
why
the 2000s.
And that's why I was clever enough to say Boxcar Racer and not Blink-182.
Yeah, definitely. But I still love those Blink. We like Blink-182. I like Fall Out Boy. I like
all right, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to do
My Chemical Romance. I like Billy Talent. Billy Talent's a deep cut.
Oh, do you have any
that?
thoughts on the Mids Volta?
Fuck that. At the drive-in.
Horrible band. I hate the Mars Volta. That is Mars Volta are like a band where I feel like everyone's playing a joke on me. Like everyone's pretending to like this music at my expense. Like they're all giggling, being like, "He thinks we like this." Because
I like Sparta more. I'm a Sparta guy.
hold on, Steph is throwing up an autism tennis ball. Ask Cleo about Half-Life. Go get it.
Yes.
Go get it.
Half-Life is a huge like sound influence for me, honestly, in terms of like textures and stuff like that. Like if you go and you listen to the soundtracks of the Half-Life games,
I have.
and that's a lot of the stuff that we want to incorporate in our music going forward.
Do the
that
Valve
sort of
can
textural
you
stuff.
do the Valve music with your mouth?
Bow. Bow. We'll do a cover of that.
That would be really cool.
Sound like make it sound like Godflesh. I told that to Chaz, and he was like, "Fuck that."
What's your favorite Source Engine game?
Oh shit, man.
Good question, right?
Gary's Mod.
I don't know. That doesn't
no,
count.
try again.
That doesn't count. It's not first party.
Oh, you want a first party Valve Source game?
No, anything using the Source Engine except for Gary's
Team
Mod.
Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2 is the best
2?
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a lesser known example. What else was made with the Source Engine?
There's only like 6 choices, bro.
I don't think there is. Can I say Half-Life?
There's not a lot.
Can I say Half-Life Alex?
That's Source 2. That's Source 2.
As one of only 100 people that have played that game, I feel like I have to tell people about it. So
I'll tell you this: my favorite Valve, like any sort of Half-Life game, is Opposing Force, the expansion.
Wow.
For Half-Life
We got to
1.
try hard in the chat. Yo, we got to.
Nah,
try
man,
hard.
Adrian Shepard. Dude, it's fire! It's fire.
Is Opposing Force better than Blue Shift?
Yes, 100%. No doubt in my mind.
I tried to buy the Half-Life Deluxe Edition at Target when I was like 14, and the clerk said, "You're not old enough to buy this." Like,
I found my dad had like the original Game of the Year version of Half-Life on like.
I don't know what
CD,
SMB is. Thanks. Go ahead.
And I remember digging through like all the old like
Super
CDs
Monkey
and
Ball?
because my dad was a computer nerd, and I would dig through
Mine
that
too.
stuff. He had like a CompuServe mouse pad. Like he was that deep in.
That is not a
And-
real band name. Winnie Monkey just went on to a post-hardcore band name generator and came back with "Since My Beloved." That is not a real
Oh no,
band
I
name.
saw their first show. That's a real band.
No, I decline.
They opened for Omerta
Let's all go around the room and make up
and
some,
Wrist Meet Razor.
Let's all go around the room and make up some post-hardcore band names. How about From the Ashes, or like The Last Drop of Blood?
I got one for you. Knife versus Face.
Ooh, that would be like some Alex is on Fire shit.
Yeah. Some real scrams shit.
Anyway, have you ever heard of the TV show Twin Peaks? Yeah, I
TV
know.
show?
Shout
I know.
out Susie. This is for Susie.
I know.
Susie got me into Twin Peaks.
I was letting you have that.
No, we open our set with a we are gonna open up. We sometimes open our sets up with it. We sometimes do like a Dune 84 thing, but we open up our sets sometimes with Laura Palmer's theme.
Oh, I forgot like my fantasy fake post-hardcore band name, and mine has always been Fire Engine on Fire.
That's
awesome.
I feel like that would probably be
fire.
a decent post-hardcore band with that name.
Literally fire.
Definitely.
I mean, that sounds like a sass band.
It would definitely sound like the Blood Brothers. It's kind of like a gimmick.
Oh yeah, totally sass.
Yes.
Sass as hell.
Totally. Okay. Well, before we go, do you want to shout out any other new bands for people to check out?
Obviously you should check out Bleed. You should check out I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Check out Somebody Else. That's the name of the band. Spurred
Check out
is good.
Somebody Else. We suck. Check out Somebody Else.
Check out some. No. Shout out Trent from Somebody Else. But Spurred is good. Decane is fire. I'm gonna miss somebody, and somebody's gonna get fucking mad at me. Heavy Trip. Check out Mutt. Mohegan is badass. Those are some Houston bands. What is that? Super Soul from El Paso is pretty solid, and Street Breed from McAllen is pretty fucking sick.
Big shout out to Street Breed. Got to get them on this show.
And Gloom from San Antonio. They're great. They're super sweet guys.
We love Street Breed. Those little babies.
Narrowhead.
Little babies.
Narrowhead.
No, fuck Narrowhead. I can't have this. Listen, Narrowhead and Bleed is like the good version of Vane and Fleshwater. Like Vane became Fleshwater and it sucks, but Narrowhead became Bleed and it kicks ass. Never go back to Narrowhead. Forget about Narrowhead.
You're not wrong.
Forget about Narrowhead. All right. If you live in DFW, throwing a house show for my birthday, DM on IG MXXRed 762. If you go to that and you get hurt, I am not liable. This is
We'll be there.
We'll hurt some motherfuckers there.
okay. Anyway, when you guys gonna come play LA?
Set it up. We'll be there.
I could probably do it. All right, we'll figure that out. Anyway, before we go, Cleo, Chaz, I just wanted to say from the absolute bottom of my heart how grateful I am that you guys have chosen to make this music, make the music that you have. I mean, hitting play on this, it was like 5 years ago, I could only dream of bands coming to make this kind of music again, and you guys really are just another dream come true band for me, and I love what you guys have done. This is a very meaningful record. It either is going to or it is already saving people's lives all around the world, and you should be really proud of yourselves. And I just wanted to thank you so much for your dedication and your music.
Thank you.
That's a very high honor. I appreciate that.
Yep.
That means a lot to me.
And you can't get rid of me now. I'll support you whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or
Hit
not.
you with a new single before everybody else does.
We'll talk. Anyway.
We'll talk.
Toothpick changes everything, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And stay on the Zoom. We'll talk after this real quick.
Okay.
They're going to the principal's
yeah.
office, everybody.
Peace out, New Metal Nation.
Well, it's much darker now than when I started, huh? Hello, it is me, Holiday Kurt from the dark. That was Toothpick. Their new EP, Change is Everything, is in stores now. Pick it up at your local Circuit City, your local Tower Records, your local Coconuts. Go do that. I highly encourage you to go do that. Go check it out. Spite, Stardust, Fernstein, Winnie Mucky, Steph, Dirt, Double TV, Wizard, Riviera. Thank you guys all for tuning in. It means a lot to have you on these shows. The only damn streams I do anymore. And I'll be seeing you all shortly. Big stuff in store. Go to bed.